How's it going, guys? So the job we're going to be working at today is long arming this Harvestore unloader here. This is the larger Harvestore that we have, and we put first and second cutting alfalfa in here. So we've been feeding out for a while, and the feed is coming a bit slower now, so it's time to pull the unloader out and change some things with the arm here. So we'll show you how this goes, explain as we go here. So first thing we got to do is clean up this mess that's down here, some junk feed and whatever. We got to get this out because we're going to be working here, and there's gonna be some good feed coming out once we get started. We got bolts to hold the unloader against the silo here. Take these out so we can pull the unloader out then. We'll take this top door off. We're about ready to start pulling the unloader out. We got to put these wood blocks underneath these two rails here to get them up a little bit. So the floor of the silo is right here, all the way across, and the unloader, there's a set of paddles that go around here below the floor that pull it out from the center, and then there's an arm with knives on it in there that's pointed to the center and dropping it down. So that arm was going around, and right now it's short armed, so it doesn't reach the whole way to the edge of the silo. But we need to make sure it was facing the door so we could pull the unloader out. There's a little dial right here. Can't really see it, but it's pointing up this direction, so that tells you where that arm is at. So we had to watch that to make sure the arm was at the right spot. Okay. Yep, we're ready to start pulling out here. We have the come along one. The hardest part is getting it broken loose. Our dial here is not completely accurate, so the arm is coming out beside the door a little bit. So we pulled the unloader back a little bit so it wasn't hitting the wall here. Now we're running it and it's clicking, slowly turning that arm towards the center. You can see it there now. We're really close to where we need to be. Alright.
Now what you want to do is you want to put this on reverse and that on forward, now it won't move.
Yeah. So now we stop the arm from moving so we can run it and we'll be able to pull it out.
Is this still on? Let's try that.
So we're going to extend this arm here with the knives on it. First thing we got to do is get this lid off of here so we can loosen the tension of the chain.
Put it all over.
So right now I'm loosening up the lock that's on here to keep this thing from spinning. Once I get that loose, then I can start to release the tension. There's a big spring here that holds this whole chain tight. So we'll have to use a punch then to loosen that spring.
You loosen them teeth, or how's that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oh, you're going. So when you fill a silo that's empty, you have to short arm it like this. So Dad, why do we, what's the purpose of short arming it?
Well, to get it started, then the arm's about 18 inches off the wall, and then it goes around a number of times and actually builds a dome inside the silo that it's a big hollow area, and then you go around a number of times until the feed stops coming or slows down, and then you pull it out and put the extension on that 18-inch extension so the arm goes out to the wall, and then from then on it just has to cut. That 18 inches is all it has to cut, and that dome will continually fall in.
Yeah.
And then it don't have to work near as hard, and it's easier to unload.
So yeah, so basically the unloader, the end of the unloader is right there. That's the center of the silo. So this is the edge here. So where's the edge of the silo actually at on the unloader?
Right here.
Right there. So right here we have this, it's just a couple feet of a gap there. So if you get that dome built properly, it'll feed out a lot better and work good once you get that built.
And if you get the forage in nice and dry, I mean, you don't want it too dry, but around 50%, it'll really come out nice, and usually has a really good smell, and it'll come out a lot easier.
We're getting it pretty loose here now. The chain's starting to get loose.
Start yanking on it, that'll come in then. Should work. Alright, that should come out. And
we got the chain disconnected. Now we're gonna put the extension in on the arm. So we gotta loosen these 4 bolts. There you go.
okay. Usually we just screw them right in the thing. I don't know. Now we need that over here. Pick up. Now pick up a little bit. There we go.
Push.
A little bit further. Oh, inch or so. There we go.
I'll get them in.
Okay.
We got the extension in the arm there. Now this is our extra piece of chain. It's gonna fit in. Get the connected here and the other end.
Maybe I don't have enough room for you.
I got that one there, that's good. Okay then, right, you get 2 of them.
I was just trying to get it synced up. Yeah. That was good solid.
Got the chain connected here now. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this spring back down again using the punch here. We got this chain tightened down again here. Nice and tight. I'm gonna put this lock back on so this can't loosen up. So we got 2 grease fittings in here I want to grease before I put this lid back on. So we're done long arming it. We realized this lower chain is way too loose. We're actually going to take a half link out of it. There's a half link here somewhere. So we're going to do that before we put it away here. So here's the half link we'll take out. Now we're just going to reconnect the chain. We got this half link out. We're going to tighten this chain up here. It's sliding the whole motor forward. Just pulling this chain tight. And we'll tighten these bolts here to keep it in place. That's probably tight enough.
Not too tight.
Whew.
Yeah, that goes right there behind them bags here. Your end goes middle. Yeah.
We're just going to put a little bit of caulking in here. Just put these bolts back in. Well, after the caulking's in, we'll put it the rest of the way and then put the bolts in. Okay, everything's closed up. We're done. So that's definitely not my favorite job. These sealed silos like this are handy sometimes. When you go to fill, you can just open up the top and blow it in and be done. But then you have to do jobs like this, long arm it, and it's also pretty pricey when it comes to replacing anything on here, this unloader, versus the top unloading concrete silos. But yeah, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with all forms of feed storage. But we're gonna just fork this in the conveyor here, put it in the mixer. This is good feed that came out here. And that'll be it. So thanks for watching.